The bishops had the opportunity to spend time listening and dialoguing with each other, a concrete experience of communion of a people on a journey. This is synodality, a way of life, a way of being in the Church by actively participating in its mission. This was already experienced in the previous stages of the Synod, as we will hear from some bishops from various countries who, in their dioceses, are living the daily experience of this journey.
Trying to listen well to the voice of the Holy Spirit, all of us in the church community in my diocese began to pray before and after each Mass. Then, in our synodical journey, I strive to walk together with the people of God. On their name day, I invite the priests to the bishop's house for a meal. We talk together and I try to listen to their various difficulties. Also, in the meetings of the various associations of the diocese, I always try to be open to the most varied opinions and to think together how to solve the problems that come up.
For the Synod, we prepare ourselves in the way we live. Every now and then, we need to take some more steps and be attentive to others. We prepared with the young people an ecumenical program that was very important. Every day, we had to change something because someone had a different idea. It was important to us to be attentive to what each one felt was right, and that is very demanding. Some small steps. For example, we had a big procession through the whole city, visiting all the churches. Beforehand, we told the priests that they should not talk about the history of their own church, because the whole afternoon was to be dedicated to prayer. When we arrived at one particular church, in front of it, the priest stopped and started telling the whole story of how the church was built. And I began to judge him. But I remembered that we had started out living mutual love, not judging each other. And when we finished and entered the church, he came to me and whispered to my ear, "Sorry, I had to keep on talking, because the choir had not yet arrived, and it had to provide the program. Now it has finally arrived, and that is why I had to talk so much."
With the conclusion of the diocesan and continental stages of the Synod, the universal one has now begun.
La mia partecipazione al Sinodo dei Vescovi.
My participation in the Synod of Bishops on Synodality was a real surprise, a great surprise. It's a big responsibility, which I'm trying to live so as to prepare myself, obviously in prayer, and by trying to live as much as possible in communion with everyone. When the bishops ask me to visit their diocese, obviously I try to listen to them, to get to know the local reality. And if possible, I also ask to have a meeting with the priests, with the laity, with the ecclesial movements, with the religious men and women. I don't go to preach, but rather to listen and to try to answer their questions, building dialogue together.
Non per predicare ma piuttosto per ascoltare e per rispondere un po' alle loro domande in un piano di dialogo, no?